Hello all, I am Dr. Randy Wirtz in Thrive Chiropractic, and I have a personal really story to share with you. See, when I was growing up, I was very high focused. Like, I would be studying on Saturday nights, and my mom would be asking me, like, why are you not out with your friends? Why are you not doing something? And if it wasn't studying, I was at a wrestling tournament or I was like preparing for something else. So I was very focused and grades meant everything. Grades and sports, I don't talk about anything else. Like, what are my grades? What are my sports? And so I buried myself in those types of things. And although the straight A's and the B's were coming along and excelling in sports were awesome, right? But what was happening on the inside was some nervousness. I definitely was fidgety. Like, you will know, anybody that's ever told me, my mom will be the first person to tell you when I was in high school, I would be the first person to bounce my leg, jump around, bite my fingernails, and then doing all the other things. Sleeping, ooh, man, hard time falling asleep, waking 3 or 4 times a night, not really getting anything, just irritable sometimes. It wasn't very pleasant to be around it at times. My appetite, there's some times where I wouldn't even eat during the day, maybe one meal and that's it. I didn't feel like eating. I'm one of those people that if I get stressed, I don't eat. It's those types of things that we're starting to do. And so what I'm realizing is when I'm doing this, and I did some research for this, it's like, oh my gosh, that sounds like me growing up. So have you ever been diagnosed with like high functioning anxiety? Or I had this term, I know it's a relatively new term, like what is going on? Like I can function well. On the outside, you look great. Your team looks great, but on the inside, I mean, they are full at it, high achievers, type A, they're going at it strong, but on the inside, they're dying inside. And that's what's me. Like on the inside, I remember my mom sending me to the counselor and saying, hey, I want you to talk to Randy. Like he is putting a lot of pressure on himself, a lot of self-criticism on himself. And what you tend to do is you bury yourself into something. Maybe you're escaping something. Maybe you're hiding from something. You're putting your self-worth into that. But the bottom line is it stresses the nervous system out up here. It is put high demands on you and your body. So it's oftentimes to see the inside what's happening are panic attacks or pain that just doesn't go away because your body doesn't heal when it's locked into stress. You're not sleeping well. Even if you do say like you get 8 hours of sleep, you're not getting 8 hours of sleep because you're waking up and you're groggy and you're tired. And if you do go to sleep, you're laying in bed for an hour and you're going to sleep from exhaustion. So you have to run, you have to exercise, you have to wear yourself out just so you can go to sleep from exhaustion, not because your body's relaxed, not because you can just close your eyes and go to sleep. You're wearing yourself out from exhaustion. Sometimes people even go like big swings from like depression to anxiety or irritability right away, and they get just like don't bother me to depression that I want to feel withdrawn. I don't have the energy to even have relationships. So those things can happen and they bog down the nervous system. And we call it high functioning because on the outside, yeah, you got your life all together, but on the inside, your health suffers. And it's your teens' health suffer. And I know some of you help this too. And I can honestly say that, chiropractic has made a big difference into me. Do I still like to run? Absolutely. Do I still exercise, which are all great because you need to do that. In fact, men or boys, teens, they need to move. That's how they blow off steam. Girls, you need to talk. You need to communicate. That's what you're designed for. That's how you relieve stress. The best thing to do if you're married, walk and talk. Guys, they do better. They talk more when they're walking. Girls, you talk. It's a great time for your husband your boyfriend to come back and talk to you and open up about some things as well. Much better when we're walking and talking as well, too. But then you might even have to find that therapy, like a counselor, behavior therapy, to change some habits, to reorganize and to reprioritize and change your perspective on how you're going to live life. Because if you're going and going and going, but your health suffers, well, you're going to end up with a short life. And I've known people like this. I've seen people in the chiropractic profession that, they're go-getters, but they're dead at 72 or even before they're 70 because they've worn themselves out and they didn't have they had a fulfilling life, but it was like this small when it could have been, that big as well. So if you're a parent with a teen that's just really like high driven, by all means, talk to me. One, I've been through it. Two, I've been seeing a chiropractor since 1999 for at least once a week, getting adjusted, and it helps calm me down. Okay, it does calm me down. Do I go out and like to exercise and run? Yes. The joke in my family is I exercise for the sanity of my family, not for me to be physically fit. That's how it goes. So it's a matter of doing those things are going to help, but getting the adjustments really help calm that nervous system down, really helps relax my body. So when I go to bed, I'm going to bed restful. I'm getting a restful night's sleep. I can think much more clear than I have before. Hey, if this is you, or if you know a teen that's struggling with this, or you yourself like starting to see some signs, you saw it during last school year, and maybe you don't want your child to go through this next school year, I invite you to give me a call. Let's chat. Let's see if chiropractic is the right thing for them and what we can do to help calm that nervous system down. Until then, I am Dr. Randy Wirtz in Thrive Chiropractic. God bless. Take care. Bye-bye.